Hi. Okay, I know it's been a while since I've done a video. Like, according to my YouTube channel, it's been like 5 months, but there's been a lot going on, and I've just been way too busy to even think about making videos. But I'm trying to do this one now to discuss what I've done in the last 2 weeks. So basically, my husband ended up with some PTO from work, and almost 2 weeks ago now, it's only been a week and a half. Um, he decided that he was going to use about a week of PTO that he had saved up, and he and I were going to go on a vacation. So we decided that we were going to split the vacation week in half, so between two states. Um, First, we went to Michigan. That is where his brother and his family, which is him, his wife, and their newborn son, who is now 6 months old, and he's just a baby. And we went there first and spent 2 days there with them, and we got to see them take pictures, meet the baby, take pictures with the baby, and then we went out to eat and did a little bit of sightseeing in Detroit, Michigan, because they live like not that far from it, and also did a few other activities that were fun for family. And towards the end of it, we went swimming in the hotel pool, and then at the end of that, we after about 2 days there, we flew to, well, we had to fly to Oklahoma so I could spend time with some family members of my own, because that's where I'm from, is Oklahoma. And that's where my sister and her baby are, and it was my first time meeting my niece, who is about 16 months old now, almost 17 months, maybe getting close to it. And I visited my sister and her baby, and then I visited a woman who is like a mother to me. She's a really good friend, and I look at her as a mother, and I visited her as well. But what's crazy is, like, okay, so June 15th, it was a Thursday, and that is when we got onto the plane and flew to Michigan. And then on the 18th, which was a Sunday morning, we got up really early so we could catch our plane, because our plane was supposed to take us from Detroit, Michigan to Chicago, Illinois, because that's a connecting flight from there to Oklahoma. Except that morning, the weather was so bad in Chicago that there were no flights coming in or out of that area. All of them were delayed, or they had to be put on a different plane. And we ended up on a different plane because Chicago was out of the question. They were having horrible weather. And so instead, our connecting flight was from Michigan back to North Carolina, which is crazy. And I told a friend of mine about it. She goes, "Oh, so basically you came back home before you got to actually go to Oklahoma." And I'm like, "Yeah, pretty much." So we went from Michigan to North Carolina, and then the connecting flight to North Carolina to Oklahoma, and that was a 2-hour flight. And I was exhausted, I was tired, and because I didn't get a lot of sleep, and we had to deal with connecting flights, and for honestly, in the beginning, we thought we were gonna miss our flight, but it got fixed. And then the next day, Monday, I got to see some family, and then that night I had dinner with my sister, and then Tuesday, my husband and I did a little bit of sightseeing and went to different stores, and I took my niece with me that morning, and I got to spend time with her. And then Tuesday night we went and saw a movie with some friends and my sister and my husband and all that. And then Wednesday morning we flew back home, and that was a week ago that we got home. And let's just say, when I finally did get back home, after our trip from Oklahoma, even though it's only an hour difference between North Carolina and Oklahoma, I was so exhausted and I felt extremely jet lagged that when we did get home, the first thing I did was go straight to bed. And I took a 2 hour nap. I was really tired. And then when I woke up from that nap, we had to go to a friend's house and pick up something because she was holding some of our mail for us. And then we came back home and went back to bed. I was tired, and but it was a nice trip, but it felt exhausting because we were trying to squeeze in as much as we could within a limited amount of time. So yeah, and then when we finally got home, all I wanted to do was just relax and sleep because I was just so tired. But yeah, that's pretty much my trip for a week between Michigan, Oklahoma, and then back home. So I took pictures of a lot of stuff. So as soon as I can get to it and be able to, I plan to print out those pictures and put them in a photo album marked vacation with family. So anyways, that's pretty much all there is right now. Well, that's all there is at the moment. So, thanks for watching.